Hello everyone, I'm Skratch, welcome to the channel. This is a Watcher of Realms video. I discovered this game around 2-3 months ago and was still in the beta, and it really caught my eye. It looked really interesting compared to the other gacha games out there because this is a tower defense game with an RPG element to it. The global launch is here, so I decided to share the game with you guys here on the channel, see what you guys think about it as well. It has over 100 different unique heroes, so talking about creating different team comps, different strategies is not going to be a problem. That's always a great thing to tick off the box when we're starting a new game, because we want to play with a lot of different heroes. You get to explore tons of different rich storylines, tons of different chapters, campaign stages, and of course tons of different dungeon bosses, a lot of loot to collect. But let's dive straight into the game. And starting straight off the back, I'm going to take you to one of my most favorite things in the game, and that's the character design. This is one of my most favorite heroes, Aracha. They have over 30 different factions, guys, and yes, they do tend to have different roles. This is a fighter, for example, is dealing piercing damage. They have different passives, active skills, ultimate skills. So this is not really a turn-based game where he's taking a turn, I'm taking a turn, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like a continuous thing, so some of the ultimate skills will have to be activated either on manual, either on auto, which is pretty cool. Now, let me quickly show you how you can actually collect champions. From the storyline, if you're completing all the chapters, you're going to be able to cash in on a legendary champion, very similar with what we have in Raid with Ramantu or with the Arbiter missions. Once you complete all this, you're gonna cash in on an awesome legendary hero. Of course, there are plenty of different events in the game that will offer you that. And you have fusions, so you have legendary fusions, you have epic fusions, and of course my favorite thing, which is summons. So let's actually do a couple of 10 pops in here. Watch the animation, looks pretty cool. You can actually tell if you got an epic or a legendary once you see the cube glowing. So right now it didn't got a purple glow or a legendary one or a yellow one, but maybe it's gonna get it now. So we actually got that purple glow. We know that we got an epic hero, or maybe we got more than one, you know. Let's see what we got. Titus. I don't think I actually had this one. Infernal. Let's see. Yeah, it's a new one. So that's how the summons actually look like. Now let me show you how you are actually building heroes. So when you decided what hero from what faction, from what role you want to build, basically you can head over right here to upgrade, and you're going to be able to upgrade their levels by using XP potions, which I'm going to show you how you acquire that later on. Then you can actually promote the hero. So once you have the insignias to promote them, you're going to be able to promote their stars, you know. And once you're done with that, you're going to be able to rank them a bit higher as well. So there's a pretty easy process. It's pretty easy to understand, honestly. You have gear that you can equip on them, so you even have a quick equip button right here. You can enhance the gear and kind of like unlock different stats on it. You can level up the skills on your heroes as well, awaken them. So tons of different ways on how you can actually empower your heroes. Now, when we are talking about game modes, guys, because this is a PvE PvP game, and the PvP is actually pretty interesting, but we're gonna discuss about that in just a second. If we're gonna head over to campaign, for example, let's go to chapter 4, and let's just pick a stage from here. Let's go to stage 1. I'm gonna show you how you are going to deploy your troops and things. So the game uses a stamina system, kind of like energy. You have auto fights, and what I like about the game is that it's memorizing your best run, right? So if you're doing a run in 1 minute instead of 1 minute and 30 seconds, your auto fights are always going to be at 1 minute. So that's definitely a good thing. This is my squad right here. And when we are talking about leads, you can actually have a lord kind of like designated to your team, and this will activate some extra bonus stats. You see, I have my very first squad. Once I'm going to beat higher stages of the campaign, I can unlock my second squad and bring in a new lord as well. Another thing that you can do is ask for assisted units from your clan members, for example, and you can actually use one of their characters as well if you think that you need help to beat something specific. But I'm more than fine with the team that I have right here. I have the damage, I have the healing, so I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna have the tanks, everything that I need. So this is how the main base looks like, and it's a tower defense game, so you're gonna place your heroes basically, and you have an energy counter right here behind my head that's gonna allow you to bring in more heroes. So we're gonna put a mage right here to deal range damage, not just tank for us at the base, you know. Right here you have the number of enemies displayed, so you're gonna have to melt those enemies. I'm actually gonna put this one right here, so when they're coming out of there, it's just gonna deal with them directly, you know. And then we can bring in another archer. We're gonna put it right here to help the rest of the crew. And when you are putting in your healer, you're not really gonna be able to bring everybody under control to heal everybody, you know. So you're gonna need to kind of like decide on which direction you're gonna place him. But we're gonna make him heal the rest. And you see, I have the energy bar filled right here, so I'm gonna be able to activate the secret skill, the ultimate thing. So for example, attack range expands, so I'm gonna be able to attack at higher range, each attack dealing magic damage as much as 180%, and that's actually pretty nice. So let's actually activate that on him. This one, for example, it has it on auto, so we don't have to click it. He's gonna activate it himself. This one is a different tank, so this one is gonna cast a massive shield on himself. So let's actually activate that. Bang, we got a massive shield, so now we're gonna be able to tank it better. So that's how the battle system works. It's very user-friendly, very easy to understand, you know. We can place more heroes. You see, we have another hero here that's gonna be a melee hero, so it's not gonna be a ranged one. Plus, we can put another one. As long as we are getting enough energy back on it, we're gonna be able to just deploy more. Of course, you're gonna have to restart all these stages in order to get that sweet, juicy, precious loot and collect all the top milestones. You have different chapters. The more chapters you unlock, the more content you're gonna unlock as well. So for example, if we are going to head over to raids, so right here you see we have a lot of different dungeons. We have the promotion raid. This is kind of like the keeps in raid. So you're going to farm insignias to advance your heroes, right? You've seen how we had it before, so you have it for marksmen, for mages, for defenders, healers, for fighters. So this is actually a pretty interesting idea. Then you have the XP raid. This is kind of like a place where you're grinding for XP. So basically you're defeating hordes of goblins and you're collecting the XP. So you don't have to bring your heroes in here to constantly farm the XP on them, because you're gonna get to use the XP on whatever hero you want. Now, when you are doing different content, all your heroes will gain a specific amount of XP, but this is kind of like an XP dungeon that just gives you XP to use on all the other heroes that you wanna use. For example, if you get a brand new hero, you wanna instantly level it up, you're gonna be able to do that. Then you have the Tide, the Guild Boss, the Gear Raid, and a few other things that I haven't unlocked just yet, but the Gear Raid, for example. So this dungeon will drop us gear. Let's actually do a quick fight on this dungeon. We're gonna pick a lower stage just because it's not gonna take us a very long time to do it, because I do want to show you quite a few different things as well. And this is the auto battle, for example. You know what? Let's actually do an auto battle. It's memorizing my best time on the stage, and the way I'm deploying the champions, everything is gonna be basically done exactly how I've done it in my best run. Now, because this is a lower level, I've only did one run on it and I climbed to higher stages, but basically the bosses are sending waves of enemies to us, and we gotta make sure we're stopping them from crossing to the blue zone. You know, that's basically what we're defending. Then the bosses are coming in, they're getting smacked as well, and you're getting artifacts from here, you're getting gear, you know. So this is one of the gear dungeons, because there are multiple ones as well, how you've seen, but we don't have all of them unlocked. And you are getting some XP too. And there we go, gear, and we got gold. The next thing that I want to show you guys is going to be the guild boss. You heard that right, of course you're going to be able to play it with friends, and you do have a guild boss too. So right here, this is the squad that I'm using. Now, I'm gonna ask for an assisted unit from one of my clanmates here, because why not? Let's bring in a stronger hero to assist us in the fight. I do have a couple of legendaries that I gotta work on, but I didn't have a chance to do it just yet. Probably they will be a bit stronger. And look at the boss. Absolutely insane. What a massive, massive beast of a dragon. So we're gonna deploy our tanks at the front first. Then we're gonna bring in the healer to make sure he's gonna get as many heroes as possible healed. Because how I mentioned, it doesn't have a range big enough to heal every single hero that you have. Let's put some range heroes, not just melee. And one thing that I really like about the game is that when you have some of your heroes dying, you're gonna be able to bring them back in the time after you wait a specific amount of time. So they kind of have like a time limit, and then they're gonna be able to jump back into the fight. The boss right here is gonna go through different phases. He's gonna get promoted the longer we're gonna stay in the fight. And right here we have different skills, and if the boss starts to activate kind of like the secret skill, you gotta make sure we are dropping that down as fast as possible. You see right here, we actually have one hero dead, 49 seconds. Then we're gonna be able to bring him back into the fight. And the dragon is charging its power for a heavy assault. Let's deal as much damage as possible to stun the boss, and then we're gonna be able to deal a lot of damage. We're gonna chill for a second because the boss is gonna take a break. There we go. We actually stun him right now, so we're good. And if we're waiting longer, in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the boss will go on a rampage. That's when he's gonna go crazy and just wreck everybody. So you have all the skills right here that you want to activate. You gotta keep an eye on them for when you have them available. It is better if you play this game mode maybe on 1x speed instead of 2x, just because you're able to have more control on what skills you're using. I'm gonna leave these heroes that died there because I want to move over to the next game mode. I just wanted to show you how the guild boss looks, because I think it's pretty cool, and I love the design on the boss. Pretty interesting mechanics as well, you know, like being able to stun the boss. That's very nice. We haven't managed to do enough damage to break it, and because of it we got punished, you know, like the boss completely obliterated the other heroes. It got kind of like a powerful skill. You see we're on phase 3 right now, and he didn't even got promoted yet. There we go. So we have one more hero left into the fight. Scorching speed, and bang, that last hero is dead. So we dealt some decent damage, nothing too crazy, but I just wanted to show you how the guild boss is actually gonna look, and that was pretty cool. And the next thing I wanted to show you guys is going to be arena. So their PvP is a bit different. You're not gonna go head to head with an enemy like you're doing it in raid. Basically you have 2 different PvE bases that you gotta defend, and whoever wins more rounds wins the fight. So I'm gonna take in my squad like this. It does seem that we are a bit stronger than the opponent, so hopefully we're gonna be able to win it, you know. Now, right here behind my head, you're gonna be able to see a counter. You see we have 12. That's the energy counter, so that allows us to display, to put our heroes into fight, sorry, and each one of these heroes has a different amount of energy required to join the battle. So we waited for the legendary one. It required 19 energy to join the battle. This actually drops pretty good damage, so I decided to go with this one for my first pick, and hopefully we're gonna be able to win the round. You see we have 6 different waves, so it can go all the way up to so many rounds as well. So round 1 we got this covered, of course, if the enemies will be able to defeat you. I'm actually gonna bring in another... Actually, I'm gonna bring in a tank, so let's just put in a tank first. So we got a tank in here. Hopefully that's gonna help us to keep some enemies onto it. We can activate the skill, so let's use our skill. That's gonna allow us to hit at a bigger range and deal more damage as well, so kill the enemies even faster. We're gonna be able to bring in another hero, so let's just bring in another range hero. Round 1, nice, we actually won the round 2, so we're doing pretty good so far. We're doing pretty good, but his base is at 50%, so it's not gonna survive that long, you know. So let's bring in another tank. We're gonna put him right here at the front, actually. Okay, and you see we have different type of enemies coming into the fight. Okay, my base is holding pretty good. Let's activate the rest of the skills that we have available. This one is gonna put a massive shield. It's not really gonna need it because the rest are kind of like slamming the enemies pretty well, but we might actually go over to another round, and we actually lost the round. Seems like he killed the enemies much faster than I did, and I do have a healer in here. I thought that I might need it, but seems like I don't, you know. Still, my base looks better at the moment. We're on 49%. He's half of my percentage, so we should be good. Yeah, like he's that mid. So we managed to win the fight. Beautiful. So you're gonna be able to climb into different tiers for arena, for example, guys. Of course, you are getting juicy loot while you're doing it. It's all about that juicy loot. But that was pretty much how Watcher of Realms is being played, guys. Tons of different content to to do in the game, and tons of different events, tournaments. You're gonna be able to check all that by yourself right here. Now, before we wrap it up, I do want to mention that the game will host a massive competition in between two big content creators. You have the Game Theorists and you have JSLat Live, and you're gonna have to pick a side in order to have a chance at winning some awesome rewards. You can win an iPhone, you can win an Xbox, tons of great things up for the grabs, guys. Just make sure you're picking the winning side. That was all for the video. If you guys enjoyed what you've seen on the screen, if you enjoyed the game, feel free to download it by using the QR code you see on the screen or by heading over to the link in the description down below. That was all for the video. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.
Download Watcher of Realms for free now.